Hey guys, hold on a second. There we go. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, well, today's gonna be a big day, so let's jump right into it, okay? So last weekend, we spent our time looking around the buildings in this area. We took a look at the portal, and fortunately it was sealed off. Then we worked our way higher up on the hill and checked out the open stopes, and again, they were all sealed off, so we weren't able to get into last weekend's mine. Now, I did a little bit more reconnaissance on Google Earth, and I found another location that's just a little bit further to the north of where we were last weekend. Now, when you snap a line between the two mines, wait, here, just take a look here on Google Earth. See right there? So I snapped a line between the two, and it measures out at just a little over 2,000 feet. Now, underground, 2,000 feet really isn't all that much. So maybe we'll get lucky and these two mines will connect underground. Looking at the geology in the area, I can see that the veins of barite that they're mining are running from north to south. So maybe we'll get into this one, we'll get lucky and find the connection. I don't know. But remember last weekend I said we've got 7 mines in this group. We've already explored 2, so we got 5 more to go, working our way further north. All right, let's continue on up this road here. And I see the waste rock pile just right there up on the hill. Let's head up there and see what this one's all about. All right, everybody, let's explore this old mine. So the first thing we're looking at here before we enter, yeah, it's pretty tore up here at the portal. Looking up on the hill, it does kind of look like they started going into the vein from the surface rather than going through worthless rock first and then intersecting into a vein. Now, as we work up in here, I can see a little bit of graffiti on the wall there. It says Jack something or another. Now, we got to be careful going in the first 50 feet because the rattlesnakes are out now. On the way to this location today, I saw one crossing the highway, and he was about 4 feet long. So they are coming out. All right, nice and cool. Oh, I like that. Whew. Yeah, it's already starting to get pretty warm outside. Going to be in the 80s today. All right, and there we are. Okay, let's peer on down in there. Make sure we don't have any glowing eyes staring at us. And what I mean by that is like skunks. Don't want to get sprayed. But oh yeah, you can see the vein right here above our heads, clearly defined. Alrighty, let's see what this one's all about. Looks like now the vein just kind of petered out. You can kind of see somewhat of a defined hanging wall right over our heads. I see a lot of iron in that. Yeah. Now what I'm looking for is a nice big vein of barite. That would be pretty cool. Back up here, you can see the quartz stringers. Turn the lights down a bit. See all the stringers in that rock? Yep. Okay, continuing on. I'm seeing some areas of groundwater penetration right there. Look at the calcite flowing from the cracks down in here, kind of like a cave. And over here, you can start to see stalactites right there, tiny little ones right there. Now that's the cool thing about exploring mines in limestone conditions, because sometimes the miners will run into natural cave formations, especially in this soft limestone like dolomite. All right, look at this big room. We've got a carbide container off to the right, a big ore chute here, right there. Look at the size of that one. So we know that one's going up to a great big stope now, don't we? Yeah. And a lot of wind blowing out of there. Let's look at this closely, see if we see any writing on it. Not seeing anything. Nope. Okay, so we've got drift going off to the left right there, and it looks like the primary continues on this way. So let's save that drift for a later date. Actually, not for a later date, but for later on. Let's see what we got here. Well, it looks like they blasted this and they just didn't muck it out. They stopped right there. Okay, turning around. Again, they were going to continue off that way and stopped right there. Turning around. And back over to the ore chute. Now, there is a ladder going up there. Pretty crusty one. Lots of broken rungs and a whole lot of rat poo. We got a tool chase right there. That's where they would bring the tools up. Yeah. All right. Let's look over here. Drift keeps going. So they made a hard left is what they did. I'm seeing cross ties on the floor. They were going to go off that way and stopped. So cross ties on the floor tell me that it still keeps going. Well, that's good. Now, here's a good indication that this was probably blasted in the 40s. That borehole right there for the dynamite's 2.5 inches in diameter. Kerosene tin on the left. Here we go. We've got now here's an area where they stoped straight up and they were gonna start to make a raise. Now that's probably 35 feet above my head up there. Now you see why they put that in here? You can see the vein right there. Let me put my laser on it. Right there, there's the margin running right there. And then down through all that material, you can see all the stringers. Wow. Okay. Another big area, big stope above my head here. Not too high, maybe only about 15 to 20 feet. Okay, continuing on. Now our direction of travel right now is towards the mine we explored last weekend, which is a really good thing. Look at that big old ore chute right there. And they started going off to the right here and quit. Turn it around. Wow. Yeah, we got some large workings above our heads. That's just a monster right there. Let's see how big that is. There's really only one way to do this. Is to set the camera down for a moment. Here's what I'm talking about. Yeah, big old 1940 something ore chute. Look at all the load that they dropped out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, just look at all the load marks on that thing. Yeah, pretty cool. They got their drill stuck right there in the rock. Couldn't get it out. Oh, this is so much fun. You have no idea how good it feels to get back into a mine. I feel right at home. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so they were starting to make a winze right there and quit. Looks like they were kind of backfilling it too. All right, another big ore chute. What a monster. And we're still maintaining the right direction of travel towards the other mine. All right. Now, how do I know that, you might say? Well, I'm one of those kind of guys that was born with a compass in their butt. I've always had a really good sense of direction. Another one going off this direction. And they quit right there. You can drop me into any town USA, spin me in circles, and I'll tell you which way is north or south in seconds. All right, getting deeper and deeper. Oh, look at that. Somebody came in here and was doing some sampling right there into that barite. Look at that little tiny seam of it right there. Not to mention all the calcite crystals. Wow, sparkly. Let me get a close in on that. You can see all the sparkles in the calcite. Yeah. All right, come on, keep on going. That'd be great. No, looks like this is where they stopped. There's their drill steel. Stuck right in the rock, right there. Yep. And this is going to be it for this one. Yeah. Look at all the stringers, though. That's probably why they quit. The value's just, there's just so much waste rock mixed in with all of the stuff that they're going after. It just isn't worth it. But now remember, we're talking the 1940s here, so that type of technology, they could blast in these mines a heck of a lot quicker than what they could do in the early 1900s. All right, I'm going to go back now, and I want to take another close look at that ladder going up into those stopes. Okay, so I'll see you back there. All right, guys, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this and hanging on to my big camera rig. In order to explore this up here, we're just going to have to go off of helmet cam and the forward headlight. I got the 360 on my shoulder. Maybe we can use that to catch a pack rat. If there's one up here, I do see a lot of pack rat poo. These ladders aren't looking too good, but yeah, I took off my backpack to decrease some of the weight. So that gives us less of a chance to break a rung. All right, let's go up here and explore this, shall we? Let's see if we can squeeze through that rat pee hole there. Yuck. I'll get through this, but I'm gonna get rat pee all over me. Yuck. All right, here we go. It's like playing the game Operation Don't touch the sides. Okay. Here we are. Now, that right there, that ore pass, that's where we just came up. That was running alongside the chute, and that's where the rocks went down into the chute we just came up. Now, is that safe to stand on? Yeah. I don't know. What we got up here? I don't like that board. I don't think I'm going to put all my weight on that. Okay. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. What I got up in here? There we go. Yeah, nobody's been down here in a while, huh? We got a Prince Albert can. And we're working our way into a stope. A big one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Those you're wondering, I did leave my air monitors back down there, but we don't need them here. Because we got ourselves a wonderfully large open stope. Look at this place. Ha ha. Okay, so a little bit of effort and getting a little bit of rat poo on your shirt paid off. It sure did. All right, I'm going to take a moment, catch my breath. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, better. Let's start over here looking for artifacts. See if anything interesting has fallen down or been left behind in the stope here. And indeed it has. Look at that piece of drill steel right there. Yeah. Look at that. All covered in rat poo. Somebody put a board here so that they could climb up this, because there's something that might look like a stope over there going that direction. Let's see if I can get a good handhold here to safely climb that. There. I know. It's too bad I don't have my main camera. I just couldn't bring it with me going to that skinny spot. There we are. Looking down on the stope. Now, if we would have got into last week's mine, this is what we would have saw in some of them large stopes. Okay, let's look up here. And nope, that's as far as it goes. That is not a drift. So we can go back down and work our way over to that ladder. Maybe if we're lucky, that ladder will take us right up and outside, but I don't know. It looked pretty darn sketchy. All right, how am I going to do this now? Oh, we're just going to go like that. There we go. Okay. Well, let's look at it. Whew. I've got to get used to this new altitude. I will. Give it enough time. Okay, here's our ladder. Anything interesting over here? Another old piece of drill steel. Look at that old ladder. What do we got down here? Some kind of a repurposed tin. Yeah. Right there. Using that for something or another. Okay. Now, looking up there, yeah, I'm not going on that. You gotta be out of your mind. And even if I did, there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to pop out right there. No guarantee at all. So I'll be risking my life once. Then I'll go up there and find out I can't get out of the stope. Then I got to risk my life twice. Let's not do that. Okay, one last look. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. A giant stope. And you can see that that is the material that they were removing. The light colored stuff right through there. And it's between, 12 to 15 feet wide all through here. That makes sense now. That's why that other drift turned left, because the direction of travel on this stope right here also goes left in the same way. So that's what they were doing. They were trying to get underneath it. So they went in right past that ore chute. They made a hard left in the same direction of travel that this stope is going right here, so that they could have they would have gotten underneath it and mined it from the bottom up. All right, here we go. Oh, there's one of those signs from the BLM. Okay. Ew. Nasty. All right. Oh, gross. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit the laundromat tonight. Let's look down there. Well, at least we know where it went, huh? You know what we should do next? We should take the drone. Instead of hiking up that hill, wasting all my energy, let's take the drone, fly it up there, and get a good aerial look at that stope. What do you say? Let's go do that right now. Wasn't that fun? It's probably been a few years since anybody's been in that stope. Okay, so we're working our way further north, and this would be, we're counting backwards from 7. So that was number 5. This is going to be number 4, and then 3, 2, 1 further north of this range. So again, they're mining the same thing. This is silver and tungsten. Now this one here is a little bit further up into the canyon. So let's head up in there and I'll see if we can get into this one. I hope so. I mean, we got lucky on the last one. Maybe we'll get lucky on this one too. Alright guys, all geared up and ready to go. Now, before we go in here, some of you have asked me down in the comments section, well, you've said, hey, how come you don't use your drones for reconning the area? Well, I do all the time, but you just don't see it. I do use the drones to look about the area to see if there's other ways into these mines, other access points like open stopes or air shafts, things of that nature. Problem is, the drone does a good job, but you can only get in so close. Let me give you an example right now. For example, this mine right here, okay, it's all the way over on the other side of the hill. Big waste rock pile, you can clearly see it, easily defined. But as we work up closer to it, see how those trees start getting in the way? Okay, and then as we get a little bit closer here, there we go. We get around those trees, now you can peer up into that adit, but it's all covered in a shadow. So, okay, the drone told us we have a mine there, but the one thing we can't see is if it's bat barred further on into the shadow. You know, I can't get that close with the drone. Now, let's take another look at this area. Let's swing back around and take a look at the big picture here. Take a look at this ore chute. Let's start there. So what they were doing here is bringing out the ore, dumping it into that bin and chute, and hauling it off and processing it somewhere else. And that's a pretty big pile of waste rock there. These workings should be even larger than the last mine that we were at. Okay, now let's fly further up the hill here, okay, because I see another waste rock pile and potentially another adit. Take a look right there. As we swing it around, yep, you can see the adit right there clearly. So the road continues on up that way, so after we get done with this lower adit, we'll hop back into Old Bob, we'll go higher up on the hill, and we'll go in that one, see what that one's all about. Then finally, all right, let's swing the drone and go up higher on the hill. There we go. A little bit higher. Very good, right there. Now look at that. That second attic, you can definitely see has open stopes. And there's another nice little surprise up there. Something that kind of looks like a trestle. You see that? Not quite sure what they were doing there with that. Maybe it has something to do with the winch. Not quite sure. We'll see if we can get up there to get a closer look at it. Okay, good enough. We're back down here at this one. Looks like this one here was the primary. Let's get inside and see what this one's all about.
Next week on Abandoned and Forgotten Places.
That's a big stope. And that's what we saw on the drone. That's an ore pass with a grizzly right there. It sure is. Wow. Just massive stopes. What's behind door number 1, Monty Hall?